welcome. This is Briony Midnight in the Forbidden Library, and today, something we haven't done in a while, we got a game dev. Please ignore my face. Game dev setup is ever so slightly awkward, but we do it. We do it. I hope you like the relaxing Final Fantasy music as we do things. But this is the game we were working on before, and I will explain since it's been over a month since we played on it. But first, hello everyone! Hello Nimby, hello Rahel, hello Swainy, welcome, 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 welcome. This is, I'll show you it so far, what we got. We'll play the game. This is GameMaker. Dun, 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 dun. And we click play, and look! Oh, it's such a bad box. We're still working on the aesthetics, I'll tell you that. And then we click, it's a little clicker. We click on the button to go adventuring. Sometimes random stuff happens. And we click. And then once we've got adventuring and we've gotten some treasures, we can sell the treasures at the market. Sometimes we won't have a successful sale, so sometimes the click doesn't work. And then once we've got 50 monies, my favorite computer crasher. I haven't had that issue yet. We'll find out. It's, oh, stop asking me about discounts. We don't... Why is that the only one that's popping up? Have I got some stupid code in the back? And we have some info boxes about the dungeon and the thing. Now, the thing is with this is when we were coding before, you guys were giving me suggestions, and it was great. We like that. We love suggestions. Suggestions are fun. But what I was getting... So there's one particular comment that like has rolled over in my head so many times since I was coding. And that's, oh, so I'm on the second phase now. A couple, you're still talking about one for an engagement ring, yay! Oh, Noble demands a shipment from you. He takes 50 at one time but pays you double. See, I shouldn't be able, that shouldn't happen if I don't have 50, but that's a tweak we need to do later. It's just, my own game is distracting me from telling you what I plan to do. So but the comment that got me thinking was, you have a dungeon but no quests. And I think calling this adventuring is misrepresenting what this game's doing. Or at least what phase in the game we're at. Oh, shush, stupid nibble. Because at this point, like, adventuring's not really a thing right now. This is one desperate person kinda doing something very stupid that most people frown upon. They're not even, I wouldn't even, so I'm trying, what I want to do is rephrase things, vibe check the game a little bit, and hopefully we'll get it to the point where you can tell by looking at it that, yeah, okay, this is RPG inspired, but it's not an RPG yet. Or you're building towards that kind of thing rather than it being something more generic right at the start kind of thing. That's the goal, that's the dream. Upgrade to shop! I kinda just want to go to upgrade to shop. Quickly, I just want to go there! And then I'll stop. Oh, we got enough. Da-da-da! We built the shop! And everything exploded. Abort! So for that, I've written a lot of notes. So I've gone very more specific in what my first phases need to be and what plot is in there. So phase 1, you're the market merchant, you're down on your luck. You're trying to sell, you're struggling. Eventually, a noble lady buys your items, but her jeweler gets injured when working on the strange material, and you are blamed for selling dangerous goods and banned from the market. That's phase 1. We have other phases and stuff that's going to go on, but we don't need to think about that. So I wanna get the opening script in. I want to change the word adventure, because that's not really right at the moment. So there's so many, I have so many items and things. So numbers, adventure button. I don't want it to say adventure. I want it to say gather crystals, because that makes more sense to what I'm trying to do. You're gathering items to sell. And I would like to do something of an opening cutscene, I suppose. So what I'm gonna do, it'll be something similar to the story boxes, except it'll just be a black box when you get in. So I'm gonna do just another folder in here called cutscenes, so we can just shove everything in there. That's also maybe need to organize a little bit better, because this is gonna get real big real fast. I could probably get rid of the cheat button. I don't really need the cheat button anymore. Just delete the cheat button. Yes, I don't want the cheat button in my life. We don't need to cheat. We can just code. It's fine. So I would like to... I'm gonna do a copy. See if I can do duplicate. And I want this to be object opening cutscene. So I'm gonna throw that into cutscenes. I'm gonna go to that object. Should have a create with that and a draw, which gets the text and puts it in. Do I want it to just be a black box? I do, really. Draw text, and then this is the text it's going to draw. So what I wanted to say is my opening text, which I have... No, not that. I want this. So, like I say, images... Oh, I have images. Oh, yeah! That's just the images folder that's in the folder that I was using for this. Opening script. The holes. I was gonna have a player name thing, but I'll probably save that till later, or at least until I've got the vibes in. Swirling portals scattered throughout the land, where if anyone goes in, they do not come back out. But sometimes outside gems can be found. Pretty little things you pick up one day. You sold a couple at the market. People appreciate their value, but do not want to go near the holes. Maybe if you are careful enough, you could be the one to adventure into these holes. Now, I don't like this. I don't mind it when I wrote it. But does it give you any motivation as a character? No! Why are you the stupid one who does this? I don't know. Maybe because you're down on your luck. You stare past the pathetic boundary. No one guards them. There's just a small wooden fence that doesn't even reach your knees. And scattered across the ground are items that should be worth something. But no one is willing to gather them. You take one. swirling crystal of leaf green and take it to the pawn shop. The woman is kindly. She knows what you have brought her, but pays for it. Some do want these. But she says she won't take any more, and you should figure out another way to make a living. But there is nothing. Not for you. So, if the pawn brokers won't take it, you'll have to sell at the market yourself. Hello everyone! Hello Noversized Phantom! Hello Brent! Welcome! It's been a while since Briony streamed while I was home from work. Oh well. I sure hope the students and elderly on the road sent their prayers! Vroom vroom! No vroom vroom. Your car does not need to be fed by the elderly and the students. Please don't feed them to your car. It has been a while since you stopped in, Brent. Welcome. So I'm gonna go with that. More than this. This isn't too bad. It's not too wordy. We haven't even touched on the actual dungeons yet as well. How goes the development? This is the first time I've done it in a little while, and I've decided to try change it up a little bit. Because I feel like when we were talking about it before, there was an adherence to RPG rules that I didn't like. And I don't want to go down too far down that route. There are no guilds, there are no quests. Yes, there are technically dungeons, but they're not really adventured into until you, a down on your luck person who may or may not have desperate reasons to make money from something like that, goes in there. So I'm trying to pace it and change up the plot so that that becomes more obvious. With gas prices the way they are, might as well feed your children to it. Please don't. Appreciate it if you didn't. Okay, so I wanna write all that onto the screen. That's the hope and the dream and the plan. I keep wanting to open this and then closing the other one. So I'm just gonna throw that in there. And then I want to make another. I know we talked about sequences for cutscenes, but I literally just want like a room really will do, because it's literally just gonna be text for now. We'll figure out how to make it pretty later, she says. So opening cutscene. And then I just want opening cutscene box in instance, and then I want the menu. Which button is that? The menu button. Object play. That's it. So on when clicked, left press. No. Object play. Is that the one that does it? Yeah. So I want to go to opening cut. Where'd my glasses go? I dropped my glasses. Crap. There we go. I found them. It's all good. Copy. I'm gonna paste that into there. I'm gonna opening cutscene, and maybe in opening cutscene, I'm just gonna put a button to either do next text or when the text is over, to go to the start of the game. That's gonna be the plan. That's the plan. Okay. So we're gonna need to create an object. This is gonna be OJ next. Cut scene line. That's getting really long. I don't like that, but you know, what works works. I would like the. Where's my button parent? Button parent Doko. Is it in the alerts? Where'd it go on there? OJ button parent. Where'd that? Where'd that? Where'd that? OJ. It's in menu. Naruhodo. Okay, so go object menu button parent. So in the left press, what I want it to do is I want it to draw. If so, how many steps are there going to be in this? I don't know. What we're going to want is maybe on create. We're going to want line step. Line number equals 1. And when we left press, we're gonna want to do a line. What can I? Oh yeah, because I can't. I have to do the inherit event. That's why I can type in there. Line number plus plus, so it adds 1, and then I wanna if line number is less than, I'm gonna say like 3 for now. If I'm doing like chunky lines, 1, 2, 3. So if it's less than 3. Do this, else this. So if it's less than 3, then I want to print out the next line, which would be so I want to draw the text. In the next cutscene line. Oh Lord. How do I draw it from another place? I've done that. Ah! My glasses keep falling off. I need to change a setting. 1 minute. I need to vanish from your vision for just a minute. If you don't mind, excuse me, I just need to, do the thing, do the thing, do the thing, do the thing, do the thing. You can see me do the thing because it's very difficult to not. Yeah, I do not have enough monitor real estate, that much is for sure. Do it down now. Settings. I'm sure I had to change this before, you know. I thought I already changed it, but no. That one. Yeah, why is it there? Okay, we're back. I can press the middle mouse button now without things happening. Oh, that happened, but you know, I'll have to live with that. This is fine. Brady God, I only temporarily went away. I had to sort something out. But I'm back. It's fine. It's safe. All safe. And I'm gonna go if line number equals 2. Do this line. Can I do a case and switch instead? That would be nice. Case. We can do case. Can we do case and switch? Can we? Can we do case and switch? GameMaker case and switch. I just need to know that so, fuck that. We don't need that. So we want a switch with line number. It's just always the syntax. I struggle to remember. So if the case is the line number equals 2. And the case if line number equals 3, break. And the case if line number equals 4. Break. So theoretically if it equals 2, we want to get the second line out. If it equals 3, we want to get the third line out. And if it equals 4, we want to go to the main game. Theoretically. So I need to change the text in here to whatever that is. So I think what I need to do is I need to see how the alerts do it, because they do it in scripts. So they do like get adventure text and that kind of stuff. Narrowhood. Okay. How am I doing that? I can at least do the last one, Dennis. Because all I have to do is go to this and do the room go to. And we go to cutscene line, and we do room go to room 1. Perfection. Now I just have to do like all the rest of it. And I would like, there's this, I've got a little tutorial up on my left of a way to do like a nice little code thing, like a typewriter effect on the text. So I'd like to see if I can get that working too. I think that'll help the vibe. But first we have to get the basics working. Yeah, so the story box, it just gets text. So draw text. Where does it get the text? It's hard to remember. So the text is there. So how does it set the text? Is that something I do in the script? Get story text. That's not the one. Get town text is where we want to be. So it returns that collection. This section only? No. Can I find references? Find references. I had this before. Let's help. I can't remember where the hell I do this. Get alert. See, now the alert I know how I do. A lot of this is in the OG game. So we've got a global. Do we have a global that's for that text? No, we don't have a global for that text, which we shouldn't. I'm glad we don't. So instance create layer. This one gets alert and puts it in the alert box. Ah ha 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 ha! That's how we do it. I knew there was something dead simple. So that puts it in alert box, which is. So the alert box is an instance layer created with the OJ text box. Naruhodo. So I don't even think I need what I was going for. What I can do. I'm gonna just copy this a hot minute. And then I'm gonna go to cutscene line. Opening text. What does create instant line need there? So it's real layer ID is going to be opening text. That's fine. So I need a specific layer that it's going to appear to. Just go on here, and I'm going to rename this to opening text, and that's going to be the layer it's going to appear on. So opening cutscene line, and then put that there. Opening text, that's correct. And I want to just set this. This shouldn't be in left press. This should maybe be in create. I originally want to set this to what this is. I don't think I'm going to need this at all, actually. I'm going to delete that. Delete. Not duplicate! Delete. Delete's not even close to duplicate. But this is supposed to be the button. It's supposed to be a button. Just gonna use this sprite, the start game sprite. So theoretically, with the other lines, this wouldn't be a little box. It would be opening lines box. Lines box ID equals that dot ID. Ain't this coding? Yeah, it is. That's what game dev is, bro. Welcome, C86. It has been a while since I've done any coding on my stream, so I could see why you would be confused, because it does happen every so often. And we'd also want to do opening linebox.text and set that to that first line that we've got here, which is probably too much, and we're going to have to do more lines. But you know, you got to try these things. Okay, so that should be that, but I do think I need to do this on create. Forgot my coding lessons. Do you think about C++? Not a bad one to learn. Can I do it create? Sweet, wonderful, that's fine. And then when it's clicked, it'll create, make the first box. When it's clicked, it will hopefully flip to the next line. I was a software developer for a long time in my life. Not of games though, I was like a business software developer. So I know my coding fundamentals pretty well, but game coding is a bit of another beast compared to what I'm used to. So it's very interesting for me to be doing this, and I find it very fun. But more recently on the channel, I've been trying to get through the games that I've been playing, so that I have a bit more free time to do some other stuff. Because we've got the D&D sessions as well. It'd be nice to go back to them eventually. But that might take a little while. And I'm wanting to do just like 3 things on the channel at once rather than 5. Because I don't know how long I'm going to be able to keep streaming 5 times a week. So I want to keep it a bit more simple. Okay, so let's set up the room. So we got opening cutscene. So we should only need that. Oh, I need to give it a text button. Variable definitions. Next line. Which should change to start game, really, after 4. Can I do that here? Can we just go button text equals start game? There we go. Let's give that a go. Did it crash right away? Yes, yes it did. If 1 + 1 = 2, then end. Oh no, game never runs then. That's sad. So that's got a semicolon. That's got a semicolon. Everything's got its semicolon. So line 8. It says, is it not the double equals? Is it single equals that we need? So I thought it was basically, next cutscene, line pressed. Case argument should be constant. Ah, I don't think it's like it has to be an equals, like case 2. Case 3. Case 4? No, go away. Sorry, I'm gonna have to look. It's bedtime here in Australia, so I hope you do, I'll have to see. Yep, I should be doing game dev for the next couple weeks. Thank you for coming, Brent. No problem if you want to look, though. I'm happy for people to look. There's nothing wrong with a nice chill and a look. Yeah, there we go. Figured it out. Let's play. Kaboom! Error of draw event. Unable to find any instance of the object 8. Name OJ close button. Aha, okay. Right, let's have a look at that. OJ close button? Why is OJ close button being referred to? So it should be the text box. It's a very confusing bug, so Unable to find instance for object index 8. Name close button. Why is it trying to bring up the close button? Is it because of this? Maybe I shouldn't use the text box. But I should be able to use the text box. I should be able to use the text box in every single instance that I need the text box. If I can't use the text box, then the instance is wrong. It is not my fault, it's the instance that is wrong. It's the text box that is wrong. I'm using the wrong word. Instance is not the right word. I was using it to sound smart. I got a lot of likes on that Twitch Blue Sky. Anyway, sorry, I'm distracted. I looked at my phone for 2 seconds. How rude! Just out of curiosity, I'm gonna see what happens if I just get rid of that. I'm gonna need to put it back because I'm gonna need some way to do it. Okay, yeah. And down on your luck, you stare past the pathetic boundary no one guards. No one guards them. There's just, it needs to be smaller. It needs to have a bit more room. Next line doesn't work. Why does this one not work? Mouse event for less pressed objects. OJ, next line. Variable, unknown object. Opening line box. Not set before reading it. But, okay. So it's not set the opening lines box. It was set in the create. Did I just get the text wrong? Opening lines box. So we know that was what was going on there, at least. We can figure out how to fix that in a bit. Okay, that's not how that works. Then I think it's the adventure text we need to be looking at. Alert font, da 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 da. Yeah, that's basically what we've got. How do you get your text? Adventure text. Hello, welcome. Numbers and buttons. What did I name that file? Numbers and buttons that make number go up. Thanks, pass to me. That's a great description. So story boxes, we just got the 2 with just the text. I think it's in game that gets it there, isn't it? In OJ game. Is that where we get those alerts? This is, it makes the alert, it sets the alert. Makes the alert, sets the alert. Make the alert, set the alert. Ah ha ha ha! This is what gets it. Thank you for following the channel, Gearless. Appreciate it. We need to get rid of that though. Boo bots. Get the alert, set the alert, get the alert. I don't want to have to do this. So get alert text, and then it just sets the text here. Do I create it? Yeah, do I create that globally then? No, Adventure Energy text. So that is Oh, I see what I've done. No worries, always happy to find other VTubers. So also game dev, what kind of game am I making? I'm making like a clicker idle game thing. Where you're a down on your luck person and you're the only idiot who wants to get close to these weird holes in the universe that have pretty crystals come out of them so you can sell them and make a living. So far, that is all the plot. There is more plot, but I'm trying to get that bit sorted before I do anything else. Hello, sweetheart Joss. How's the game coming along? It's struggling, but we're getting there. We're doing stuff. I haven't worked on it for like a month. Months. So I'm both revamping after some thoughts and sort of remembering what I've done code-wise as well. I'm also not that experienced with GameMaker, so game development is tedious. It is tedious, but it's kind of fun though. It's kind of like a puzzle box. It's always been my favorite bit about coding. You just get a problem, you're like, ooh, but what if I do this? But what if I do this? It does this. Ooh, but why did this blow up? And then it's a box. It's a puzzle box, and it's very fun. Been learning Unity the past month. Oh, I'd love to do Unity. I had this thought to myself today at one point. I was like, I kind of wish I knew how to do 3D development, because I'd really love to remake an old game. There was a game, I used to watch my dad play it when I was younger, called, based off Queen, like the band, it was called Queen the Eye. 10 out of 10 if you've heard of it, but I would love to remake that somehow, because it's so jank now, and I don't think you can even find a ROM of it. But hello all 11, or all 1i, A1i even. All this is chess. I don't know, I kind of see it as a colouring book rather than chess, but I do a lot of game dev in Godot as a former Unity dev. Would highly recommend if you're starting out with 3D. Ah, nice. I can give you some free Unity courses on YouTube if you seriously want to learn. Not right now, I don't think. I'm gonna get somewhere with this first, and then I would love to make an official remake of that game. That's literally just a thought. I just goes, that would be so good. And I'd give it to my dad, and it would be great. Anyway, I was trying to figure out how to do this. I just want to make text scroll. I love how, like, I could go into something like CapCut or Premiere Pro, and I could make a little text cutscene so easy. But no. In this, it has to be stupidly complicated for some reason, or just weirdly complicated. Because computers are strange like that. What we're trying to do. Trying to make the text box go to the next line of text. The text box should be called opening lines box, but it's not a physical box. So we might need that box back actually. I might need to create the object for it and then do the text on the object. So OJ cuts open cut scene lines. Open cutscene box actually, and let's throw in the text box right there. We've got a story box. That'll do. I don't think I need a parent for this one. What have I got for my adventure box? No parent or anything. I basically want to copy this for the most part. Should be pretty much the same as that. This is GameMaker. I will show you the game in a bit if you want. But I need to change it up a second. There's been a few new people. I'll give you a quick tour. I just need to go change where my menu button goes to. If we take this to room 1, then I can figure out the other thing in a minute. Room 1. Okay. Da, 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 da. Are you ready for the awfulness? It looks terrible, just for the record. Boom. This is my game. You go gather crystals. And then you sell the crystals. And you've got some text about how things are going in the dungeons and in the market. And then you gather. And it doesn't always sell when you click it because people don't always like what you're selling, so you need to attempt to sell it a few times. And then and then I've broken it because I forgot to put that back in. But then you have some events that happen, and you got upgrades, and that's kind of the dealio at the moment. But I'm trying to make a bit of an opening cutscene to explain what is going on. Yeah, opening cutscene, which at the moment is just gonna be black tears. Hello, Scott Moon, welcome. Or Morbius Willis, which do you prefer? You have one in brackets and then one as your mains. What is your preferred name? But yeah, I basically am incredibly inspired by Cookie Clicker. Because one of my favorite things about Cookie Clicker is like that bit at the top where it just shows you how you're ruining the world with your cookies. And then you eventually make so many cookies and mess with the grandmas so much that the first Morbius okie dokie, that you just destroy the world. And I want to do a clicker of some kind that has a big narrative focus. I want to take that small, silly little bit of narrative from Cookie Clicker, but make a full-ass narrative out of this. It's amazing. I love Cookie Clicker. I've been so addicted to Cookie Clicker in my life. I keep resetting it for fun because I need it. Because it's so much fun. Number go up is my favorite genre of game. Maybe it's number go up in the way of... So wait, I need to change text box back. Yeah, we need to... So we're not using text box anymore. Text box was so last year. We're using a cutscene box down here. And we're not going to base it off my alerts anymore. We're going to base it off the adventure text one here. So I'm just going to copy that and edit it. Because why would I ever... What is that in? That's in a create event. Okie dokie. Create event. Create. Off on your grand adventure. Something... Oh wait, no, I could just put the first line in, which is too fat, and we're gonna have to, like, mess it about a little bit. But these are my notes. Sort of how I feel like I'm going to put this stuff together. Oh look, such a long line. Get sprite, height, text, yep. Then we're gonna want to go here. We're gonna want to draw. What's in the draw event? Go into the cutscene box. And I want to make the draw event. Draw. Where are you? Am I being an idiot? Yes, I am! Draw event. Boom. So that should be all we need, except this isn't a story box. I mean, it is a story. It is the story box font. Alert font, that's all fine. Yeah. So now we should be able to just... We edit... No, I don't want to edit. I wanted to do a nice little rename so I can select it, copy it so I don't mistype anything. And I should be able to just put that there, theoretically. Why is it on box marking? There we go. And that should, theoretically, change the text now. Wait, I didn't change where it went, did it yet? Oh no. Why is it having... Oh, I know why it's having trouble with the close. Yeah, we don't need this anymore. Destroyed. Don't need that. I recently realized that because Elder Dragon isn't a power level anymore, they could make a game about hunting only Elder Dragons, because in theory... there would be ones as strong as normal monsters. I take it you're talking about Monster Hunter? And I guess, yeah? A little... Oh, wait a minute. I forgot to put it in the room. It's a little bit out of context for this stream, but sure. Need to put the cutscene box in. Otherwise, it's not gonna work. Okay, go again. Hey! Look, it's text! I put text on a screen. I'm a genius. But can I change the text with a button? Yes, I can! Heck yeah, look at that. Cutscene. And it goes here and nothing's exploded. We're geniuses. Although I don't like, we can see, oh, pish off. I don't like we can still see that behind. It means it's not getting rid of stuff, which means this is gonna get chunky. Get chunky with it. Na 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 na. I don't want it to get chunky. However, I'm very happy with that. So, that should give us more context into what we're doing. And what I'd like to do is potentially use that. Maybe not even open box. I'm gonna rename a little bit, because I think we could just call it the cutscene box. And then this could be... Do we need a whole object just for the opening cutscene? I know I'm gonna have to rename a load of stuff now, but I'm just gonna call this opening. OJ opening cutscene. However, that would mean that I need to set this text not in here, because otherwise if I want to be able to reuse this for future cutscenes, because obviously this only... So what happens in the first cutscene? You sell one of the items you picked up to a pawnbroker. The pawnbroker says they won't buy it anymore because they know what it means to get this. They know that you're throwing your life away for a quick buck, basically. So they won't buy anymore, and they'll make sure no other pawnbrokers do. So you're going to take it into your own hands, you're going to pick up some more, and you're going to sell them your blooming self. So eventually, maybe after picking up about 20, you're going to run out without actually having to go into the hole. So it's going to be, you're going to click maybe 10, 20 times, and then it's going to be like, you've run out. So in a way, I'm adding a phase 0, which I hate for myself. Phase 0. You're picking up crystals from outside the hole, but run out very quickly. So we're gonna need a more obvious offline sprite, I think. I do have the little sprite, I think, with the close button, but do I not have a, like, yeah, I've got this sprite. I can make this sprite appear over the button and be like, you can't do that! You're out of crystals! So, that's the next thing to do to make this feel the way it's supposed to. To give us more plot. Sorry. What I'm gonna do, if that's the case, is we're gonna need numbers and buttons. We're gonna need the adventurer button. Is it the adventure button or is it the game? OG game does a lot. Got the alarms and stuff, so that keeps track of stamina. That's the text, we don't So I think it's gonna have to be... I don't want it to be adventuring stamina. That just makes it sound RPG, and it's not RPG yet. It can be adventuring when adventuring has been invented. But adventuring has not been invented. A bad ending to force a reset would be interesting. See, that's the thing. I think there's definitely gonna be... I need a fail state in this game. Because you could potentially still go bankrupt with it. There's a couple of events, random events I put in, that take away some of your stock, but maybe give you double money. Or a thief takes some of your money or some of your crystals. And I think if that number goes down too far, or if you're too slow to bring it back up, then fail state and you're going to have to reset. So that's definitely something I want to put in. I thought about not having a fail state at one point, but I think it's just too important to not have it. So what I'm gonna want to do is probably in the adventure button. I'm gonna have to change the phases. Oh, changing the phases is gonna be a giant pain in the ass. But it will be important. So let's go to game. Create. Phase, step. So maybe this is just the new step 1 to the first phase. So we'll say phase 1. Step 1. New step 1. Shinier step 1. Or get too popular, get too many thieves. Exactly. We've got some events that change up depending on how far you've gotten, how big your numbers have got. Let me so we've got some of that coming in. It's in Genelux. So we've got the phase 1 where you've got injured, the market is closed, thieves that also me a stock, a silver tongue customer talks you into a detrimental discount, and apparently that's in there twice. I don't really want that in there twice. Does that need to be in there twice? Does it all need to have 4? Is that the case? Oh, it's always 4 at the moment. It needs to be random. Yeah, so it's a random number between 0 and 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I think, is it really 4? Should it not be 3 at the moment? Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, should be 4. We need at least one more nice one at the start. I feel like this is all very mean. Something kind niche. And let's just add 10 on. Okay. Oh no, you got injured. You won't be able to gather for a while. Injured gathering. Like I said, I don't really want to use the word adventuring right now. It's not correct. What was I doing? I got completely distracted. Oh, this is why I need to write down my to-do list. Let's go back to general notes. Maybe I'm gonna add a new file. It's gonna be called stream2do.txt. Stream2do. So I don't get distracted. We need to What was I doing? So, add second cutscene where main character enters hole. That's what we're trying to do, which will be your intro into the second step of the first phase. Which means our first phase should have 1, 2, 3 steps, I think. And then we get into second phase. This should be fine for second step as well. Oh my gosh, sorry. Also, how often I need to... There we go. That's that way my alert boxes aren't going to be as quick and it's not going to get in my way. Because currently I don't need to test alerts. So I'm just... Oh, I could just not... Let's have it 1 in 100 we're going to get an alert. Because I just don't want my alerts right now. They're annoying me. I don't need them. What we need to do is trigger them in a second cutscene. When do I change phase step? And how do I change it? Adventure number. Do I do anything in here? No. Adventure button. I'm surprised I don't do it in here. Do I do it in the arms? No. Advent upgrade. Again, just trying to figure out my old code a little bit. If it's not in the Advent upgrade, it's not going to be anything in the merch upgrade. Yeah, that's fine. It wouldn't be in the number. There's nothing in the number. The number is just a number. Nothing in the stamina bar. Nothing in the text. Where do I change the phase? Phase checker! Which checks what phase I'm in. What? Where do I use that? We'll get adventure text, which just gets the adventure text. Get alert, which is a big thing for getting alerts. Makes sense. Get story text. Get... which... I don't need. So we're gonna delete that. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. We can make it again if necessary. We've got the phase checker, which if the phase is 1 and the global phase step is 2, if 1 or 2 return 1. Ah, okay, so that's yeah, I know what that's used for. I need to add some notes. Make selling harder for phase 1. That's what that does. Resolve alert. So this is all the ways alerts can affect values. And unlock adventure. So this is the way that my buttons can be locked or unlocked. Got it. That still doesn't tell me how I change the phase. I don't know where I change the phase. And I would just love to know. Definitely wouldn't be that. So these are just ways in which this all works. Interesting. Interesting, interesting. Oh, Jay, adventure. Should be in the adventure button, gravy. no way to... That's the asset search. Is there no way to just search the code in general for things? Control-Shift-F. Phase. That is not how we spell phase. Phase. So right, where we got it? Where am I going on to the next step? I would love to know, because I don't think phase goes up. But that's okay. If phase step equals 2. Oh, that one just makes it 2. It doesn't add to it, I just make it 2. Which makes sense. So where is this? This is the sell button. This, yes, because this, it's a lot of it is more dependent on the sell button than it is the adventuring button. But I didn't think to check the selling button like a smart person. Well, now I found that, I'm gonna go on a very quick BRB, and then when we get back, we can make more progress. You have impeccable timing, normal size phantom. A silver and gold axe event. I have no idea what you're talking about when you say that. I need more context. The axes involved? Currently there are no axes involved in this game. Nor are there any weapons involved in this game. Which is why we're changing the vibes. We don't want assumptions about weapons and quests and whatnot. That was the problem. And back, hello. Yes, so this is where things were happening. So I need it to happen in the adventure button, really. What I need to do is if global dot item clicked is, let's say 25, and global dot phase might have like spelled global, right? Dot phase equals 1 and global dot phase step equals 1. Close the brackets, open the brackets, close the brackets again. We want to set global. Well, I want to go to the room where it happens, the room where it happens, the room where it happens. What would, let's put it in comments for a minute. What the 3 things we're going to need to do is we're going to need to tell the cutscene room that this is the second cutscene. Go to the cutscene room and then set phase step to 2. I also, as something I need to do, change alerts so that phase step 1 alerts repeat for step 2. I think that's where I need to do the adventure button, the selling button as well actually. I'm going to need to... Phase checker is gonna have to go on step 2 as well now. So I need to go do phase checker. So less than or equal to 2 rather than just 1 and 2. So if it's 3 and above, fine, carry on. You can sell as you wish. There might be other phases where we struggle to sell, so this still could be interesting. There's a 50% chance of selling in phase step 1 or 2. Okay, right, back to the adventure button then. So first thing we need to do is tell the cutscene room that this is the second cutscene. So best way to do that, we probably need another global variable because global variables. Global dot global cutscene number equals 1. So it's always the first cutscene number. Theoretically, I don't think the game even kicks in until after the cutscene, first cutscene anyway. So, I don't think this even technically is real at that point. So I might actually want to put that in the cutscene one instead. So maybe put that in create on here. That is a global number, and then we do if global dot cutscene number is 1, this is the case in switch we have to use. That is formatted terribly. Terribly formatted. Oh, there we go, it's better now. Figured itself out. Oh, we can use another case and switch! Why am I like this? Why? I'm so fast to use if statements rather than case and switch. So switch global dot cutscene number. Close that up, open that up. Case 1, break. Then we do a switch and a switch and a switch and a switch. fine. It makes me feel better than putting a, I mean, that didn't have to be there. That can be there. An if and an if and an if and an if and an if. I would rather put a case and switch and a case and switch and a case and switch than an if and an if and an if and an if and an if. Because that makes me sad. I don't like that. Case and switch is better. Just better. There we go. And then that breaks that. And then we go case 2. No, that's a 3, 2. Then we will have our own stuff in there when I write it. For now, I don't have it written. It is not written in the stars for that one. So what I'm going to need to do in the adventure button, we're going to need to set the global.cutscene number to 2, which does that. Then we need to do, go to room, go to previous, potentially. We can just flip back. Go to previous. Global dot phase step now equals 2. And I need to go change the alerts. So I need to go to get alert script. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy this. And I'm just gonna repeat it here. So that should be phase step 1. This should be phase step 2. Phase step 2, and this should be phase step 3. Now the other place where we change the phase step to 2 here, this is going to be phase step 3 now, and this is going to be phase step 2. I am going to do another control shift F for phase step equals, just so I can make sure I'm changing all of them as they should. So that's the left button, that's changing to phase step 1, and change to phase step 2. Okay, cool. So just make sure that everywhere that's dependent on that variable for something is doing something that it should be. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna also go ahead and set this to something in here. OJ cutscene box. Text equals hello. This is the second phase. Heck yeah. Very important. Okay. Right, let's see how that works. So we play. Oh look, we have a cutscene. How beautiful, the cutscene. And then we pick up some rocks. What is going on here? That's bad. Okay, mouse event for left press. Unable to find any instances for object 9 in OJ cutscene box. Yeah, I thought so. Abort. Let's get rid of that then. Just curious what it'll do without that. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. I don't like that I can see the back there. I can still see the text behind it. That That's not correct, is it? Also, I think phase step needs to go straight to here. And clearly I can't do go to previous, so we're gonna have to do go to room, opening cutscene. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 8, 9, da. Why does it suddenly have spacing when it didn't before? Oh, I love game dev. It's so silly. It's the silliest Billy. I love it. Why? Why it like this? Let's put it at the top of why was Also, that shouldn't have worked. That shouldn't have worked because the global variable wasn't triggering it. Do global variables only work in certain rooms? Can we have the global variable here? Cutscene number equals 1. And we should have cutscene number. What? It breaks. Cutscene number 2. Oh, gee. I could get why it would show the first one, because I've defaulted that, which I shouldn't have. But it should maybe be in the create. Let's just grab that. Why is my eye small? Oh yeah. Text is long. I will fix that eventually. Oh yeah, I could have just gone from here. That makes sense. Highlighting achieved. Just putting that there so it's easy. Text equals that. Equals nothing. And then what I want to do here, but I think it's oh, I know what happened. It's because when we went to that... Wait, am I on fire? I'm on fire! This is fine. This is fine. There we go. That's why my eyes were small. That makes sense. It's because when we're coming back to this screen, it's resetting the cutscene number every time. So it's always the first cutscene, always, forever the first cutscene. So we don't want it to do that every time. Every time we go there. Every time that is made. So maybe I need I don't know how to fix this. That's what I was thinking of doing. I haven't changed the formatting of this text, so I really don't understand that at all. Oh, lordy. Game dev, my bro. Game dev, bro. I've been waiting a long ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? Game dev, bro. Just kind of curious if it changes if we go back after the 25. No, it's still shit. Okay. It's still crap and missing its first line. Oh yeah. Let's have a... Thoughts, feelings. I would like to potentially on the click here. I want to throw out a debug as to where it is. So, how do I do that again? I can never remember. There we go, debug message. That's what I want. You know, the best thing about these game dev streams is they're a great look at the intricacies of coding and a warning not to get into the hell of coding. No, it's fine. You should all get into coding. It's not torture at all. And if you think it's torture, then you're a fool. It's good shit. Global prize. Global cutscene number. I need to see if it is picking up the cutscene number or not. So we should have 1, 1, 1. Okay. Blah 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 blah. Ignore all these other numbers. 1, 1, 1. So it's 1 again. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So is there something between globals and rooms that is wrong? The game is still running. I need to stop that. So do rooms not share globals? Is that an assumption I was making? GameMaker to globals between rooms. Carry number between rooms. Global variable is the easiest way to do this. So yeah, so globals should... We'll maintain that value. So So yeah, I might need to make a new object for the cutscenes and be just like sit there and literally be the cutscene thing that doesn't change. So let's do one more object. So many objects. I want this to be a persistent object. I would like to, in the create, I want it to... Is this where I put it? I want it to have this global cutscene. I know I haven't named it. OJ cutscene number. And then that way, Hopefully it should change. So pull that up so I can see the debug. Beep, beep, beep. Yep, that should be 1, so that's right. Again, I don't like that I can see shit in the background. That's not how it's supposed to work. It still says 1! It shouldn't be 1! Ooh, wait a hot minute. I think I know how I can fix this. So I don't think I need to be setting cutscene number here. What I can do instead is in this one, when we've, that's still got that. Fuck. 1 second. Let me just see if that was what was wrong. Let me put global. I realized I hadn't changed that. I'm gonna be mad. I had such a good idea. Kaboom. Global variable cutscene number is not set before we. Oh, I know why. I know why. I did it dumb. I need to. We need to actually put the object in the room. That would be good. And we need to make sure it's one of the first things that runs. One. Blah 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 blah. 2! That's what we like to see. 2. It's a 2! Heck yeah. Right. We got it. By George, she's got it. Right, so what's that even say? Also, we have our issue of the first line not being right. So we still have to figure that one. But one step at a time. No matter how long it takes. Bow, bow. Righto. Next job is to yawn and ignore chat, apparently. I have no chat up on my screen. Hi, chat. That's because you're number 1 in our hearts. You also probably messed up somewhere. I did mess up somewhere. It's fine. We got there. Success. And with success brings more problems. So, next cutscene line, we need to do the line. Do the thing! What I would like to do, maybe, is I need to set that first line. So I need that first line in here. I'm gonna steal this. And I'm actually gonna put that in cutscene number. Actually, no. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna... Should I set it in the box? Should I set it here? Can I override that? When we get to it, can I do that? Can we an adventure button? Can I make it a global object? I mean, theoretically, all objects should already be global, yes? Let's just make sure I'm spelling it right. So let's just grab all that. Give it a good Control-C. And a Control-V. Give it a save. And go. So now we know. Oh look, it's text. Yay, we love text. We love knowing what's going on and having knowledge about a plot. But it doesn't let me pass that, so we've got to abort that. And maybe again, maybe it's on a create thing. I should be doing it. Maybe. So that's not gonna work. That's not gonna be good for me. Not me. Head empty for life. Head empty for life does sound good. I'm not gonna lie. don't really want to do. But if you know what's coming out, switch global dot cutscene number case 1. Then we make the text this text. Break. Case 2 text equals there is definitely a better way to do this, but oh well. This is how we live now. That's us. That's us. Okay, so we should at least have a second bit of text when we get into it now. So there we go. Go in. No. Global variable cutscene number is not cutscene number has not been set at that point. But how am I supposed to do it? How am I supposed to do it? How are we supposed to set something straight away without it being the only thing that gets set? I have an idea. Maybe. No, I don't. We could... I don't want to do another global variable. Too many global variables spoil the plot. The pot. The flop. The bit. What I would like to do... I know of a way it could work. And really, as long as it works, that's all that matters, right? So what I can do is in here, I could also do the global... Store it in a file and read the file as a function. That would be the smartest way to do it. The funkiest, monkiest. I need to learn how to do that. I'm very bad at doing that. Probably would be... This is a text-heavy game, so that would be the better way to do it. I may have to do some offline study for that one. But I will write it down. JK. You had me going because I don't know. I know nothing. She's got 10 years coding experience and knows nothing about game dev. But anyway. So, yeah. What was I doing? I was gonna do a global for... Why did I not cutscene number? Global first line. And then that global will be set to begin with as a not Discord, that's not what I wanted. Where's my... Oh, I deleted it, didn't I? Where did it go? This. Making my way downtown to the dungeon to get some pretty crystals. And then I wanna... Then what I can do in the adventure button when I'm sending shit over, I might not be able to do this text, but I can do, I can do the global variable. Global dot first line. Go! Yeah, I'm a bit sneezy at the moment. I think my body's confused. So my first line isn't there. And it's all fucked up. We love it. Messed up as heck. Boo. And my first line, it doesn't work. It didn't work. Oh yeah, because I didn't set it. I know why it didn't work. I remember. I need to set it with global dot first line, like a smart person. Is problem with sending a text string to function? No, it's because I'm an idiot. That's the problem. The problem is my intelligence. No, kaboom. The variable is not real. Abort. It should be real, because it should become first in all of these things, therefore it should be real. This is indeed a C-based language, indubitably, which is why I can use it. Somewhat. But if I set it as a text thing, why you not know what a global is when you create? Why? It's basically that first line. When we first get into the scene, I don't want to have to... I want to set text without pressing a button. But I want that text to be changeable. So, that's my problem. I need to be able to set that text when I get in. So is there a, like, I don't know. Step's not right. Alarm's not right. If this isn't right, will that work? Wah 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 wah. That, yeah, that's just kaboom. Yeah. Variable name first line. It's not set for reading it. Oh, that's because I have it this here. Lol text. Hello, Mr. Brimbo. Ian, I am, in fact, English speaking from the land of England. Very much, Ian. Yay! That seemed to have worked. So we could potentially just set it in there. Lol text. Yay! It works. Right, so now we need to actually put some text. Lol text is a terrible cutscene. So let's write the next bit. Oh, indeed. You've picked up all the crystals around it that you can. You can wait for them to sell out. Hope that that gives you enough to start your life again, or you could do what no one dares. You enter the hole. The space is strange. It distorts in unfamiliar and distorted disturbing ways. There is sand to one side, a blistering heat, but to your left, snow is falling. In the distance, you see movement, but don't dare go in further to investigate. Grab what you can and leave again. Small visits like this should be fine, right? Right? Right, this is fine, going into these strange reality bending places. Absolutely fine. So if that's lol text and that is sending the text, what I can do is set the text based off what it sends from there. So I could still have a global variable and then set the global variable. Should I be setting it there? Global dot first line equals that. And then it. And that dot text equals global dot first line. And then when we go into the adventure button, we should be able to set the first line to this. Let's check that works before we do anything else. Blah, blah, blah. Pick up some gems. Ba, 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 ba. Did not work. The way strings are handled in C, you gotta have it stored in someplace permanent. It doesn't copy the text when you send it to a function. It just sends a pointer to it. Naruhodo. I'm trying to store it in a variable, but I don't think that's gonna work. Go into my ODM, which should also be persistent, really, but kind of needs to persist. The fact that wasn't persistent is kind of bad, actually. Let's try this. Yay. Kaboom. Yeah, I thought so. Because we haven't got to that bit. Why would it work there? Really, it should be here. So that works. Just lol texts me. It's definitely getting the first line. Oh, I know why that's not working anymore. I understand, and I don't know how to explain. How do I want to explain? So what it's doing is that it is getting this, and then it's changing it, but this doesn't really trigger anything, so it wouldn't reuse that in any way. It only uses it once. So it's great for that first time, but never again. I just wanna... I don't want to have to do another object, just... Can I do a get text script? Can I do that as a function? Can we do it as a script? Get cut scene text. Get cutscene text. Return. Gotten the text. I just want to see if it can call that in here. Get cut scene text. Like, screw everything else. Let's just see what that does. Get that out. Don't need that. I just want it to show me that. Yeah, so it's got the text. Fine, we can do it as a script. This is the thing between, like, normal coding, like, business coding and this, is, like, trying to figure out where things go. I think that's one of the hardest bits about this so far, is just the where and how of it. So what we're going to want is another switch. We love our switches. And we want this to be based on global dot cutscene number. And then we want case 1. And to return that first line that I wrote here. Break. Case. Oh wait, I don't need a break if it's got a return, do I? That's why it's highlighting it for me. We don't need that. So case 2, we want it to return the second cutscene's text. Theoretically, let's go. Global variable name cutscene number is not real. It's not real, guys. Okay, I'm gonna cheat. We're gonna cheat a little bit. What we're gonna do if global setting cutscene number, because I could set it on the play button. Like I've set first line here. We could be setting cutscene number there rather than like in the thing. Hi Sunnyshine, what's the game? It's the one we were working on before. The clicker game. I'm changing the cutscenes and revamping it a little bit. Well, I'm adding cutscenes and revamping it a little bit to help sort of get the vibe correct. the vibes were not correct. So what you need to do is, rather than setting that in, where was it? What am I doing? Ah, here we go. So rather than setting it in here, we'll actually like remove that entirely. Delete. Dungeon 1, yes. It's not a dungeon! Well, it is a dungeon, but it's not a dungeon. We're not calling it dungeons, we're not calling it adventuring anymore because it's incorrect. Because adventurers don't exist. No one's dumb enough to do the shit you're doing. We can set that in here. And theoretically, it's set because I've literally pressed the button that sets it. What have I messed up here? Okay. Yeah, I don't need that there. Play. Okay, play. There we go! We have text! Down on your luck, you stare past the pathetic boundary. No one guards them. There's just a small wooden fence that doesn't even reach your knees, and scattered, obviously needs spell check, across the ground are items that should be worth something, but no one is willing to gather them. You take one, a swirling crystal of leaf green, and take it to the pawn shop. The woman is kindly, she knows what you have brought her, but pays for it. Some do want to buy these, but she won't take any more, and you should find out another. I am gonna have to redo that, that's awful. But basically she's not gonna buy it from you again because she knows that will encourage you to go throw your life away. But there is nothing, not for you. So that if the pawnbrokers won't take it, you'll have to sell them at the market yourself. So you gather them up. Gather. And why has it now got big spaces? It doesn't make sense. Also, oh, my alert triggered. I'm gonna have to turn off the alerts before we do this. We're gonna have to pause alerts for cutscenes. Pause alert for cutscenes. How does one pause alerts? I've definitely done this. However, that worked, so that's wonderful. We're at a point where things are kind of moving as they should. Ah yeah, so I need to take alert in progress to false. Or true? Because that stops it, yeah. So I'm going to say alert in progress when it comes to having a cutscene. So... Hello, Banpans, welcome. The font size might... But here's the silly thing. The font size isn't different between that first cutscene and the second cutscene because they're using exactly the same font, exactly the same text box, exactly the same settings. So it doesn't make sense. It's literally only the text that's different. So I really don't know why that happened. It just did. It's just coding magic, which we'll figure out at some point, but now it's not that important. For now, we live with it. It's just spice. It's coding spice. Okay, we are... Maybe you have a new line at the end? Maybe. Maybe. I will look at that. That's potential. But we need to turn off the alerts first. So I think it was in the adventure button I went over, wasn't it? Yeah, okay. So I need to go into here. We also need to do global alert in progress equals true, which should turn off alerts at least. And now let's put in the other bits of cutscene line. Okay, so if it's the second cutscene, then we will need our own switch because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 lines for this one. So what's line number going to be set? I'm going to need to reset line number to 1 here. Line number equals 1. Otherwise, we're gonna have a line number going up. Idea, hidden option side text. No. Denied. No need for it. Overcomplicating. Line number. So, case 2. Just gonna take a copy of that. But the text is gonna be, you enter the hole. Case 3. Let's copy this instead, because that's just a bit nicer to deal with. It's a bit smaller. The next line. Wait, Bri, just a test. Try removing a space like at the beginning. Maybe. I will try it. I might try it later. I'm currently doing something. Yeah, I think some of it is the space at the end that I'm putting, but we'll fix it later. Fix it later. I just want to get these in. We're getting to the end of the stream too, so I don't have too much more time to play with this. Ah! I know, I literally just said that we're at the end. Let me just get this cutscene done, and then we'll have to end. I've been glared at. It's how I know I have to finish soon. Okay, there we go. So that should be fine. And then case 5 should be go to room, not next, but room, go to room 1. Line number set to 1 again. That should theoretically do it. Go! Alright, so there's the first little cutscene. Gather. You picked up the crystals around. You picked up all the crystals around it that you can. You can wait for them to sell out. Hope that gives you enough to start your life again. Or you could get fucked up by a potential alarm. That's annoying. Why is that happening every time? I'm gonna click it really fast just so we can get through it. And you enter the hole. Da-da-da. Oh, capitals. Capital letters. Next. It's interesting that my events are currently 1 in 100, but somehow they're always triggering in this screen. Like, I put it on pause. It shouldn't be going. How? Well, that's feature music. Oh, wait, I know what that is. That's not the alerts triggering. That's the adventure in town text refreshing. So let's put that on the notes for next time. Stream to do. So we've done that. Fix issue where town and adventure text resetting are causing an issue in cutscene mode. So I'm gonna have to add a way to pause them, basically. But that is all for today. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. Thank you, everyone in chat. Thank you, anyone who lurked. Thank you, anyone who watches the VOD. I hope you enjoyed my content and my gaming coding. I will be back with this again tomorrow. As I said, I was trying to like downscale my channel a little bit, so we're only gonna do like 2 or 3 things. I don't want to be streaming 5 different things through the week anymore because it's hard to keep up, and I don't get to do as much. And my schedule's a bit more chaotic now, so I can't always guarantee I'm gonna get the 5 streams a week kind of thing. So I've been downscaling, so this is all we're gonna do for the next couple weeks on top of Limbus and reading, obviously. And then maybe we'll swap after that. Maybe as soon as my brain starts melting too much and I need another break. But once more, thank you everyone for coming. If you have not already, I would highly appreciate it if you could leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. And if you're on Twitch, if you could give the channel a cheeky follow. A few of you already have, and I highly appreciate that. If you have done that and you've joined the Discord and all those fun things, then if you would like to support me in other ways, you can do so via many ways. With the muns. You can... Monkey says title. Well, thank you, Funkiest Monkeyist. I assume that is who you are referring to with the Funkiest Monkeyist. I appreciate them coming in and very easily tricking me with coding knowledge. You can do that via YouTube memberships, Patreon. You can commission me to draw emotes on Kofi. And you can check out the merch store where you can get crochet potatoes, bookmarks, books that I've written, and a pillow, and a notebook for all your coding and noting needs. Highly recommend it. Once more, I'll be back tomorrow, probably about half an hour or so later than my schedule said, unfortunately. I've just got there's been a bit change in my life. But I will be on, probably not for as long, but I will be there. And so I'll see you guys there. But for now, I had fun. I hope you had fun. This has been Briony Smith. I'm the Forbidden Library. Good.